Right, I'm not even going to try and do an intro. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to start here because every time I try and film an intro, it takes me like half an hour, so I'm not even going to bother. So, thought we'd have a little sit-down chatty video today. I am using the microphone. So I bought this camera, as you guys would know, and it came with a mini microphone, this one here, and I was just like, this is so expensive, I've got to use it, so making use of it today. So I'm sorry if it feels like very in your face or you can hear my hair with the mic. I honestly don't know how this is going to sound. So I thought I would get into some topics that I was interested in talking about with you guys. Kind of similar to my previous video when I sat down. I'm sat in my room now, but also I wanted to go deeper into some of the topics I was going through. I wanted this to feel again like a FaceTime, so, you know, but I am probably going to yap your ear off for about 15 minutes, so bear with. But yeah, just a chatty video. And the first thing I wanted to talk about was I actually went like earlier this year to 2 trips. I went to Dubai and I went to Egypt to play tennis, and this was with a friend called Ali, but also her company, so it's her online tennis club. And in Dubai she actually made us write these letters, and my one said advice I would give to my younger self, and I wrote this in August, and on the back of mine it says open in a month from now, which would have been September. It is now November, so I feel like I can't remember what I wrote in this, but I'm going to open it on camera and read it out to you guys. I really don't know what this is going to say, so this is going to be a surprise for both of us. Thought I wrote a lot more than that though, but I haven't. Very short. So advice I would give to my younger self. The advice I would give to my younger self would be to enjoy more of my tennis journey and not to put so much pressure on myself. Go out with your friends, live a normal girl's life. Enjoy the process and enjoy the player you are becoming. Let yourself heal and grieve situations in your own time, and spend more time with my family both on and off the court. And remember to love yourself. So cute. I've had some really bad days recently, and reading this has definitely given me a little bit more of a boost now. Definitely made me smile anyway. So yeah, that's my letter that I wrote to myself. Again, I have my journal here, so I write a lot of things in this. Again, Ali told me to journal, and it's definitely changed how I view things now. Like, I literally write down everything, and I don't always speak it to people, but I can just, knowing I can write it down and have it in my room, it definitely takes it off my mind. Things I'd never want to forget about my journey. This one's quite tricky. I think for me, I don't want to forget the people I've met along the way. I have met some incredible people, and I've had some incredible opportunities, and I've made so many memories on and off the court. And some of my best memories are probably off the court, but with people within the tennis community. I think, yeah, the opportunities as well, like going to Dubai, going to Egypt was so amazing, and meeting them, like all the friends there, like I gained so many friends, and I gained so much confidence as well from that trip. I think you just gotta, I think the most important thing is the friends and the memories. Like, I also here, like in Gloucester playing, I have a lot of memories growing up when I was little, going to camps and training away. Like, I went to Spain a couple times, Greece, like those memories. Sometimes like I get like flashbacks, I'm like, oh, that was so cute, like, or, you know, it's nice to know that I will have those people around me now. So my first topic is, how do I think having my younger sister changed my experience within the sport? So growing up, me and my sister, so she's 3 years younger than me, she was a really good player for her age, and I honestly think if she carried on, she might have been better than me. She was great. I think I had a lot more opportunities than her growing up, but she didn't really get to this stage. I think she was peaking as well when she had stopped playing. But yeah, she was great. I think one thing my dad always said is we always have each other. Like, be grateful that you always have each other. Like, you know, people nowadays, like, they have, you have to text someone like, oh, can we have a hit today? And I could never text Darcy. She'd always be there, and we always have each other to hit and get better with and practice with, and it was great. And always like talk to, like, I felt she understands me quite a lot because she also went through some of the things that I went through, like with tennis. And it's so nice to have someone that kind of relates, that I can talk to and know that she's like, yeah, I get you. Because speaking to some of my other friends about tennisy things, they're like, oh, I get you. And I'm like, I know you don't understand me, and I know you're just listening, which I appreciate, but you don't get it. And like, you didn't live and breathe it, like, basically your whole life. And having her, it makes me feel like, I'm just like, yeah, she gets me a little bit, which is nice. The next topic would be travelling and competitions. So, for example, you're travelling to the competition. By the way, these competitions will be everywhere. Like, it's crazy. Like, I obviously live in Gloucester, so travelling was, oh my god, always such a problem. Like, sometimes we'd be in the car for like 2.5 hours, and I don't know, we'd wake up at like 5:30, 6, go all the way to a competition, and then I'd have to warm up and then go straight away. And like, we'd have breakfast in the car. Like, it was always such like a mess. I was so grateful to have my dad, who would drive me, by the way, to all these competitions. Again, with these competitions, you'd sometimes have to stay over somewhere, like, near the venue overnight, which, again, wasn't easy. Like, I didn't really like staying away from home that much. I wanted to hang out with my friends from here, like Gloucester, and I just didn't have the opportunity to do that competing all the time. And I think as much as I wanted tennis friends, and they are so important in my life now, you know, girls that I guess we went to school with, and like, I felt whenever I got pulled out of school, I couldn't get along with the girls as well. Like, I felt some of the girls made better bonds because they was always in school, and because they'd always do things after school and on the weekend, and I never really had enough time to, which again, it's benefited me now with my tennis, but socialising and fitting in was always a problem for me. Still feel it to this day. Like, I feel like my groups that I'm in, I never feel like I'm, you know, everyone's favourite, and I don't want to be everyone's favourite, but knowing that people really like me, and I really struggle with that. And like, the friends I've got now, I'm sure they do really like me, and like, it's just me overthinking it all, but I still will always have that thought in the back of my head. I'm like, do I fit in? Like, do they like me? Like, I always have that now. We'll go back to the competitions. So like, when I coach, like, you can so see like the players that come in and the pushy parents compared to the parents that are kind of laid back. Again, the pushier parents, their children always burn out first. Like, I see, like, the kids that are in it for fun stay in it, but the kids, like, they don't have fun. They're burning out so quick, and some of them are like 10. So it's really not good to see. And like, again, I see some traits in younger me that I see in them now. Like, my dad was pushy, but not so pushy. Like, he would always say, I want you to do your best, but if you ever wanted to stop, you're okay to stop. And, you know, I've played for a long time, and I benefited a lot, but if I ever wanted to stop, that was that. And he always made that known. Like, honestly, the girls on court as well, some girls are so horrible, and I never ever had the confidence to be like, to speak up for myself. Now I do, because I know younger me didn't, but I would just cry. But again, I had no confidence to be like, shut up, you know, like, and then I'd have to go to school on Monday and be like, this is great. Or I never had anyone to talk to when this kind of stuff happened. Like, I would just cry and then forget about it the next day. And I look back on it, I'm like, that was so not normal. Again, my dad used to fight a lot of my battles. I think now, growing up without him around and going back into tennis, I have had to use my own voice, and in situations where he would be there to kind of stick up for me and defend me, I've had to do that on my own. And, you know, losing him obviously is not good at all, but I've turned it into a big positive. I've gained so much more confidence without him, and I know that sounds like so, like, what the hell are you saying, but like, I've gained so much confidence knowing that he's not around, and like, oh, I can actually argue with this person. I can defend myself, and I will stick up for myself. Again, with growing up, he always believed in me and would always be like, let's go to the courts, let's go to courts. And again, I find it hard to motivate myself, but recently I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm going to train. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the gym. Like, I'm going to do this for myself. So important, going back to competing, for children nowadays to talk more about how they feel after they've played competition. Like, I spoke to my dad, and, you know, like, after the competitions, we'd drive back home and I'd lost, and we wouldn't talk in the car. Or he would be like, I'm disappointed in you. I thought you could have done better. But it is what it is. And he said he'd always be proud of me for stepping out. But knowing myself that I'd lost, I guess, like, for example, being seeded in a competition, being like number 1 or number 2 seed, and then I'm like, oh, I should win this. I actually went through this about a year and a half ago. I played a competition for the very first time, and I wasn't too sure like how good my rating and my ranking was going to be to get a seed in this competition. I didn't care about the seed, I just wanted to compete. And I was seeded number 1, and I was like, what? Like, this is so random. I rock up and everyone's like, are you number 1 seed? I'm like, yeah. I was like, why am I number 1 seed? Like, I haven't played tennis for 2 years competitively, and apparently I'm still the best player in the competition according to the LTA. And I was like, how? And then I actually went on and lost the first round, and that was gutting. Like, you know, it really did hurt me, because I was like, I was number 1 seed, I was meant to win the first round at least, you know, and I didn't. And it was a girl, I think it was like, she was like 3 years younger than me, and I took that really hard, and I was like, I shouldn't play. Got back to the courts. By the way, at this point, I had thrown myself in a competition. I hadn't even played competitively. I wasn't even training. I just thrown myself into a competition, which wasn't the best thing to do, but I've learned from that mistake. And then I went on, so earlier this year, I played another competition. I was not seeded number 1. I don't even think I was seeded in this competition. And I went on to win the whole thing. And I beat the number 2 and the number 1 seed. So it really does show, like, just because you're seeded, that doesn't show how good you are at all. And this time I actually did prep very well. It was shortly after Dubai, after I got home from Dubai, actually, that I played that. So, yeah, and then, again, I want to play a couple more in December. And, yeah, see where it takes me. And then January, I'm head down, and I'm really going to focus on competing and kind of getting back into it. So sorry. Another thing that has been on my mind recently is the player that I am without tennis. I think a lot of athletes can say the same, like, who they are without their sport, I don't know. And I'm still trying to figure that out. What I would do if I wasn't in tennis, like, I genuinely don't know. I stopped school, I didn't get any GCSEs, I didn't get any, like, didn't go to college, didn't go to uni. I've got my qualifications to be a tennis coach, but other than that, I don't know what I enjoy. Like, I don't know what I would go into if it isn't for tennis. From being like a little girl to then going to secondary school, and then even now, I don't see myself doing anything else, which is quite hard. I mean, I do get the odd time now I'm like, I don't actually really enjoy being on court coaching all the time. You know, I want to do something else. But I don't know what I would do, and which that's so hard. And I think, you know, it's nice to have, and I think it's a blessing that I can teach people how to play a sport, and I guess train myself and everything like that is great. But who am I without tennis? I don't know. So I think in 2026, and even now, like, I'm starting early, I'm trying to do things like travel a bit more, play different sports and see what I kind of like, and go into different things. So yeah, obviously I started the Willow project, so I'm hoping that can kind of take off in the new year. Like, that's something that I really want to focus on, the community, and I hope that takes off. So I'm going to try my hardest for that. Minutes. I feel like I've been sat here talking for ages, but yeah, I thought I'd wrap this video up. And I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk for like a little while. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely week ahead of you, and yeah, I'll let you know when the next video is coming out.